All right. Welcome to our online teaching. I hope you're all doing good, enjoying family, staying safe. Just some quick little reviews of what we've already done, nothing new, and then just some practice. So we're going to go ahead today and we're going to just go back over multiplying radicals. We did that in the last unit, so we thought it might be a good idea just to go back and revisit some of these things. All right, so here's our first example. You can just watch, you can write down whatever works best for you. When you're multiplying radicals, you just put what's inside the radical together because you're multiplying. You can't, if they're outside, you can't bring it in, but just what's under the radicals, you multiply together. So bringing this together, I have a 2 on the outside. Under the radicals, they're both square roots, 3x squared and 6x. Now, there's no point in multiplying the 3 and the 6 together because you're just going to turn around and break it back down again. So just leave them separated as factors. 3 is broken down all the way. We can bring our 6 down to a 2 and a 3. I like to circle them once they're prime so I don't lose them. Bring this x squared down as an x and an x. And then this x up here, don't forget about that. All right, so back to looking for friends. We've got a couple of friends, a couple of x's right here. One gets out, one dies. Let's see what else. We've got 2 3s inside, so one of those can get out and one stays inside, one dies. And then what's left inside is the 2 and the x. They don't have any friends. One thing really can't forget about is if there's a number on the outside, you've got to make sure to include it. So now on the outside, you've got 2 times 3, which is 6x, square root of 2x. That's your final answer. All right, another example. 20 square root of 20n cubed times 3 square root of 20n cubed. The 3 stays on the outside. Bring what's under the 2 radicals together. You can rearrange them now if you want. You could put the 20s next to each other and the n cubes next to each other. It's really up to you. Now you could break these down, the 20 into the 4 and the 5 and then the 4 broken down, but you've already got 2 friends here. So there's really no need to break them down. If you've got 2 numbers that are the same, because 20 times 20 is 20 squared and the square root of 20 squared is just 20, you don't have to break them down. So on the outside, you've got 3 times 20. One gets out, one dies. They're friends. Same thing with the n cubes. They're the same. They're friends. You're multiplying them together. The opposite of squaring something is square rooting it. So an n cubed gets out. 3 times 20 is 60, n cubed. All right, then the last example, and then you can go ahead and get started on your practice. Nothing on the outside to worry about. On the inside, we've got 15. Again, I'm going to rearrange them as I write them down, just so all the numbers or the variables are next to each other. Got an x cubed over here and an x right there. Y squared and y. No need to multiply them together. We're just going to go ahead and break these down. 3 and 5, both are prime and can't be broken down anymore. 3 and 10, 2 and 5. You're not looking at the 10. Remember, that's gone because you broke it down into the 2 and the 5, so you don't have to worry about the 10. Our x's here, I've got 3 and then 1, and our y's, I've got 2 and 1. All right, so I see we've got a couple of 3's here. Those are friends. One breaks out, one dies. Couple of 5's here. The 2 has no friends, so it has to stay inside. As far as the x's go, we got 2 pairs. So one gets out for each pair. So you got x squared on the outside, and there's nobody left inside. Got a couple of y's here. One breaks out, one stays in, or dies, and then this last y is left inside. You're multiplying the numbers when they get out. All of these are being multiplied. 3 times 5 is 15. X squared y, square root of 2y. There you go. All right, get started on your practice. Oops, sorry. We will be back tomorrow with another lesson.